Hello, race fans, and welcome once again to the Midwest Winston Cup Series presented by Excellipath. And here we are, season one. We're in the round of 12 now. We're the final race of the round of 12. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also hit that notification bell so you'll know each time we go live. We're here at the Monster Mile here at Dover International Speedway. I'm your host, Tony Rice. In the booth with me is JD Green. How you doing, JD?
Good. How are you, Tony?
Oh, excellent, man. And it looked like we got pretty good weather out there tonight. Actually, the air temperature is 78 degrees. Winds are only 2 miles an hour. Well, that track's a little toasty out there today. 126 degrees track temperature. What do you think that's going to do for the guys out there, JD?
Oh, it's going to be slick. I already see guys getting sideways during the practice laps. It's going to be amazing.
All right. So without further ado, let's go down to the track here and see who's out there. We have a few minutes left in practice here. Looks like we're rolling along there with Brian Chu. Currently fourth fastest.
That's what Brian Chu has, that amazing green colored paint. It's just bright and says, I'm ready to race.
Absolutely. That's Christopher Wade. He's second fastest. We're going to take a look. You know, let's take a look while we're watching him go around the track here. Let's take a look at your the playoff standings here. And boy, I tell you, poor Riley Davenport. You know, he missed that race last week, and with the computer problems, and you can see where it knocked him all the way from second place down to just outside the cutoff zone. And Dylan Glass now in second, followed by Nate Lynch, Max Ward, Derek Offerman fifth, Trey Jackson, Christopher Wade. Now Patrick Hasty's on the bubble, and Riley Davenport's on the outside looking in. And I don't know, he may have called it a season, folks. I don't see him in the server. Of course, we also have Brian Chu, Mike Lynch, and Brian Lynch trying to get above that eighth place cutoff position. So a lot to race for as always, and we'll see how things pan out here. Let's see how much time we have on the clock here. We've got looks like we got about a minute, so the checker flag's just about to come out here, and we'll be going into the qualifying session. There's Lee Tucker. Now we've got 17 cars in the field. And of course, we've got 11 of the contenders, you know, in the round of 12. Like I said, Riley Davenport, his problems may be continuing. Do not see him in the field. So only 11 of the contenders are in there. There's Dylan Glass right there, rolling along right now. And so these will be the guys. Of course, Dylan, he's looking pretty good points-wise. 17th fastest at the moment. Checkered flag is in the air, getting ready to roll over to the qualifying session. And now we'll get the wait to see who comes out first. See a few guys coming into pit road here. And oh boy, here we go. The man himself, Kyle McCoy. The one everybody's chasing. They're doing their best to catch him. Beautiful sunny day here at the Monster Mile. Not a cloud in the sky. And like I said, that's probably contributing to these hot track temperatures here. Boy, coming around to start his first hot lap. Oh no, slid right into the wall. Good grief. And that's going to probably do it for his qualifying, unless he's because he hadn't completed a lap. I don't know if he's going to go back out again. But anyway, here's Patrick Hasty, and let's see, he hasn't completed a timed lap yet. Making his way around and making his way down the back stretch to see if Hasty can make it through. Boy, that was surprising to see Kyle McCoy just go right into the wall like that. Here it's Hasty. That should be his first time lap. That's good enough for, looked like he just got bumped to fourth position with that 23.015. There's another Brian Chu. He's currently fifth fastest. 23.052. Another one of the Lynch brothers, that's Mike Lynch. He's fourth fastest at the moment with a 23.013. Derek Offerman, he's not on the track. He's finished, but he's got the pole at the moment with that 22.834. Is there anyone out there that can try to knock him up? Oh, and there goes Brian Lynch trying to hang on to it. Just about hung on to it. He didn't hit the outside wall too hard, but enough to end his qualifying there. Currently seventh fastest. Here's the 51 Scott Black and that Mellow Yellow machine. He doesn't have a timed lap yet. Well, you're right, JD. This track's going to be a little bit of a handful for them out there today with these hot track temperatures. Hey, JD, your mic's muted too, buddy. The mic's up.
Yeah, sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm just trying to get them through everything here, but I should be up and running here in a few.
10-4, okay. And Scott Black, he's currently 12th fastest. Got that one-time lap in so far. See if he can improve on that 23.397. Comes to the line, and does he improve? Let's see. He improves his time and his position up to 10th, 23.218. Good effort there by the 51 of Scott Black. I don't see anybody else on track, so that may be it. McCoy, he's still on pit road there along with Dylan Glass, so Scott Black may be the last one to qualify today. Of course, qualifying, you know, is voluntary. And now we're switching over to should be rolling over to the race server here. Let's see if how much time is left on the server. Got about 30 seconds there. You're watching the Monster Mile 150 here at Dover International Speedway. And as the clock winds down to 0, we'll switch over to the race session. Checkered flag is out. Session is over. Now waiting for
Tony, sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. Waiting for the guys to head out onto the track here. Seeing the cars starting to come on the pit lane here. No one's actually in their car yet. Waiting to see. Should be getting in there momentarily. It's showing a lot of them showing in the pits. Let's go ahead and start going down that starting grid while we're waiting for them to get onto pit road here. Let's see. Looking at the starting grid, we got Derek Offerman as your pole sitter. Nate Lynch is starting second. Brian Chu third. Mike Lynch fourth. Patrick Hasty fifth. Christopher Wade in the 6th position. Brian Lynch 7th. Max Ward in the 8th spot. Trey Jackson 9th. Scott Black rounds out the top 10. Lee Tucker is 11th position. 12th is Justin Jones. In the 13th position, we have Adam Sidlow, Douglas Hooper 14th, 15th. Kyle McCoy had that spin in qualifying. He'll be starting at the back there. Also with Dylan Glass, he did not qualify. And Marty Roberts is starting shotgun on the field in 17th position. And they may be having some sort of a driver's meeting because everyone is still on pit road, and we're not showing any of the drivers actually on the track yet. And they are moving. Let's see here. Oh, let's see what's going on here. We were looking at the wrong camera. That it would help if we had the right camera, wouldn't it? I was like, I see.
All kind of issues
Yeah.
today, huh?
Are you working? Is your camera issue working on over there now? You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, we had to do some restarts here. You know how it is with computers and stuff. You know, and then but we got everything going here. Pace cars taking them down that backstretch.
You know, sometimes, Tony, it's right in front of your face and you don't even see it, and then that was the issue. So.
Yeah, but it all works out in the end. And boy, look at where Kyle McCoy is starting down in 15th position, and I mean he's got a good haul of points. Oh, pace car is in.
Ooh, we're bumper to bumper, Tony. We're about to go racing.
Green flag.
Green flag is out, and we're racing here at Dover. Nate Lynch and Derek Offerman battling into turn 1 and 2. Offerman's going to hang on to that lead at the moment. Lynch and Brian Chu there, right there behind him. It looks like Nate Lynch is battling with the 11 of Brian Chu as Offerman starts to inch away from them.
You know, this is a track that you don't want to run side by side until you get some laps underneath you because you're still trying to get a feel of how the track is going to, you know, handle with the car and vice versa. It's definitely loose. You can see those guys just slide up the faster they go in that corner.
Absolutely. Christopher Wade, he moved up to that 5th spot there. And they're all, like you say, they're all in line here, right there behind Mike Lynch.
You know, McCoy wasn't. He does that sometimes, where he starts at the back of the field and he just works his way up because he is a pretty strong driver, and he gets to know how the car handles and so on and so forth. If he keeps his car clean, I would say McCoy's going to get a top 5 here today.
10-4. Now, whether he actually planned on starting back there, who knows? I mean, he was out there trying to qualify and spun in that first lap, and so maybe, like you said, maybe that's his plan B tonight. Like, well, I'll just go feel this thing out. And they're bunching up there just a little bit. The 9 car, Patrick Hasty, got to the high side there, and they're making their way around him, trying to hang on to it. Here comes Adam Sidlow right behind him, closing in quickly.
You also see there's 2 packs starting to form here. You got like the top 5 in one pack, and then followed by like the seventh
place car. Yeah. And I could have sworn I heard it was either Hasty get out of the gas quick or it was Adam Sidlow. Well, one of them got out of the gas, and I guess it almost seemed like Sidlow was trying to keep him running into the back of the 9 car. Brian Lynch, he's leading that second group. In fact, he's actually starting to pull away from that second group himself. They're starting to spread out quite a bit here as he tries to catch the front 6, who are still pretty much together. Offerman hasn't run away from the field just yet. He's got several car lengths on Nate Lynch, but other than that, he's looking pretty good there. 8 laps already in the books for 150 laps here tonight at Dover.
You know, these guys usually keep it green for a while. There might be 1 or 2 cautions, You know, hopefully it's not green the whole way. I would like to see some green flag pit stops, but you never know what could happen.
Absolutely, and like we've seen this bunch, they are pretty disciplined and know how to handle these cars. And another good point you made, you know, they were sliding a lot in practice, but you know, finding that limit and just trying to not step over it too much right now. Anyway, Nate Lynch trying to hold on. Now they're all in the same position they were. Now Mr. Wade, he moved up one spot there in fifth. He's not really, he's almost exactly a half a second behind Derek Offerman, and it's like he's got a rope tied to the bumper of that 20 car and kind of just staying, holding station there for the moment.
Well, what I'm noticing, Tony, is that Offerman's fast in the corner and slower getting out, and Lynch is the opposite. Lynch is slower getting into the corner, faster getting out, and I think within the next couple laps, Lynch will take that #1 spot.
Let's take a look at that lap time history between Lynch and Offerman. And lap 7, both lap 7 and 8, Offerman was quicker. And they were dead even on lap 9. Offerman quicker on lap 10, and then it was a 10th slower, almost 2/10 slower, lap 11. So, and now he's like 7/1000ths of a second quicker than Lynch there on lap 12 just completed. So yeah, they're pretty equal at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, and there's a good battle there in the top 6. You know, they're all pretty close together. You know, one mistake from any one of these drivers, and boom, they're going to lose 2, 3, 4 spots.
Absolutely, and they're all within half a second of each other. They only make 2 or 3 tenths at the most. Looks like Brian Lynch, he's starting to get away from Trey Jackson there. Jackson running in that 7th spot, kind of by himself now, 3/4 of a second ahead of Kyle McCoy, who has got himself up to the 8th spot already. And
I tell you, I can read McCoy like a book.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was going to probably try to go for pole, and I don't think he was expecting, because when he hit the wall, it's like that car just snapped right into the wall, and I think he might have been planning on starting at the front instead of having to race his way to the front, but he made up ground rather quickly there. He's really starting to close in on the 31 of Trey Jackson. Your playoff contenders are the cars with the yellow numbered backgrounds, and also the yellow numbers on the track map, so you can see where all of the playoff contenders are at the moment.
Ooh, McCoy kind of close there, getting under the 31 car. I was close to the back of the 31 car's bumper, that's for sure.
Absolutely. But he got by clear. Number 7 is running 7th at the moment. And his next target will be the 24, Brian Lynch. And, you know, as we get deeper and deeper into these playoffs, and, you know, you see, well, you would kind of expect to see the playoff contenders are pretty much at the top of the order, with the exception of Hasty and Ward there. Something happened to Max Ward. Is he still running? Yes, he is. But he is 8 laps down. I'm wondering if he missed the start of the race by any chance. Because I'm not sure what happened for him to miss. And Marty Roberts, he might have had some kind of connection issue and doesn't look like he started at all. So that's not a good sign for Ward there.
Yeah, it's always a tough break, Tony.
Yeah, Patrick Hasty, he needs to, if he can, catch the field. And I'm sure, you know, we get a caution, and that's going to bunch the field up for sure. He's not too far behind Adam Sidlow at the moment.
I just got radio comms. Max did have a connection issue and was able to get back into the race.
Okay.
Fortunately.
Right. Okay.
But, you know, it's a shame because now he's 8 laps down. It's almost like he's running just to run, but, you know, we do got a close battle for first and second at the time. Less than, or about 0.2 of a second off from the leader is Nate Lynch.
And Nate is, he's trying to hold on there. And I just heard Patrick Hasty doing what he likes to do. He is already in a fuel-saving mode there. And you heard him shutting down in those turns. And makes you kind of think this could be a fuel mileage battle here tonight at Dover.
Is that what he's doing, Tony?
Yeah, did you see it? Let's go back to his in-car here with
yeah, let's do
Patrick.
it.
And because I've seen him do that, that's one of his trademark moves there. Hear him coasting through the turn, and now he's got it going again. And
I want to hear a few laps or a few turns with this guy.
Yeah,
that's right there. Yeah.
Yep. And he's real good at doing that. And so we'll see if he's the fuel meister today.
Oh man, I gotta pick up that move, Tony.
Yeah.
That's like you might as well just give yourself 4 aces while you're playing poker too.
Now it looks like he's staying in it though as he's working around to try to get around the 45 of Justin Jones. Looks like I believe he's clear. Is he clear yet of Jones? No, Jones must be on his side. Oh, he's clear of him actually. Who is he trying to get around? That was Adam Sidlow was behind him. That might have been.
Well, he just passed Sidlow.
I thought it was the 45 that he had just. It was the blue car of Adams of Jones when I was doing the in-car cam, and he must have got by him really fast because they're both over a second behind Hasty now. Now he's focusing on Scott Black here, and they're both. Oh, and somebody just got into the wall. Was that Lee Tucker there? I believe. Yes, it was.
Yep.
But he's still rolling though. Both the 51 and the 9 go around the 32 car.
You know, once you get into the wall, Tony, it really is not. It's really not comfortable because you try to get yourself off of the wall, and it's almost like a suction cup.
Oh,
it just sucks you up into it and holds you like a magnet. It's terrible.
Yeah, I tell you, I've seen that a few times, and you know, you hate for it to happen to you, and it's like you're almost turning that wheel 90 degrees left trying to get off the wall. Good grief. Adam Sidlow just flew right by the 32. And some, you know, you would think that
we're
a new leader.
Yeah,
Nate Lynch.
Leader Nate Lynch passes Derek Offerman for the first position. I told you it was only going to be a couple laps, Tony. I seen it coming.
Yep. Now Offerman is trying to come back on the 3 machine there. They've got the lap car of Hooper there, right? He's 9 seconds down the road from him, but they'll be closing in on him in a few more laps, perhaps. And he has not. Nobody's been in the pits yet, so Doug Hooper is still running along. He's nowhere close to him just yet. He's running right behind the 45 and the 32 there. They're having a nice battle themselves for position. Lee Tucker and Justin Jones. Jones managing to stay ahead of the 32, and there Tucker tags the wall again.
Oh man, he's going out on a date with that wall tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's almost like when you get that, I don't know, you hit it a few times, and what do you think that does to your confidence? As far as like, oh, I hit it 2 or 3 times now.
You know, it truly is not good, but at the same time, if you keep it under control, you're just like, the sigh of relief is like, oh, I didn't spin out on that one. You can see that he's running that high line. He's about to get into the wall again. He has to overcorrect almost into the 29.
Yeah.
And it looks like Lee's just not comfortable.
Yeah, he doesn't look like it at all. Yeah, because it looks a little tentative, and Doug Hooper just went by him there. And it looks like he's trying to hold on to that 32 car as much as he can. In fact, he's got the leaders now, and they're closing in a hurry. Boy, it was 4 seconds. Now it's getting like almost 3.5 seconds now, and he'll be moving into that lucky dog position.
You know, I don't like to point out people's flaws, Tony, but go back into the in-car view for Lee Tucker. If you notice him exit out of this corner here, and he should do it again, just because it seems like a consistent pattern. His car kind of whips, his back end whips, and he has to overcorrect
Right
left
there,
to right.
yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see it one more time going into this. He's going too fast in, and then he's going to try to make up time coming out, and then this is whenever the car's going to slide out from underneath him, and he's almost like worried about hitting into that wall, so he overcorrects left and then right again.
And all of those corrections, things that he's doing, and now he's I think he's right now in the mode of just staying out of the way as your leaders go right by.
Yeah, survival mode at this point.
Yeah, he saw them coming. He was less than a second. It's like, I better get control of this thing for it. So they can at least they can get by.
He's about to go into the wall.
There he goes again.
Oh. And you know what? That truly, I mean, obviously his car's going to be beat up now, but that's wearing down the tires tremendously.
Yeah.
All those overcorrections.
And Offerman has gotten back by Lynch once again, but boy, look at the gap that they've opened up on the rest of the field. Wow, they're a whopping 4 seconds ahead of Kyle McCoy, who's actually, by the way, up in the third spot. You know, and it'll be interesting to see. Now that's something. Let's look at his lap time comparison between him and let's say like second place Nate Lynch there. And you can see with the exception of lap 34, every single lap is like he's closing in anywhere from 1 to 3/10 of a second per lap. And I'll take that back. Actually, Lynch has been the one that's been faster. So I don't know if it's just been McCoy going through traffic, but he's free and clear now. Let's look at the next lap and see if that continues, because Nate Lynch and Offerman are running pretty much by themselves at the moment. In fact, now they're getting close to 13th place Justin Jones.
But here's one thing Offerman might have picked up on while he was, trailing Nate Lynch, is it's always easier not leading the race at first to see the line, to see how the car feels.
Yep.
And that's what Offerman was doing. He's going too quick in, not fast enough out, and Nate Lynch was able to capitalize on that, coming in slower, going out faster to eventually catch him. And you see the 32 car just beat it there. Oh my goodness, poor guy. It actually looks like he might have some steering and suspension problems, because that top right is just completely lower. But so yeah, Derek Offerman might have been able to pick up on how quick you can get in and out by following Nate Lynch, and now is capitalizing with almost 0.7 seconds of a gap, 0.7 of a second gap. Looks like 32 did the fast repair there.
On his way back out. Now the two Lynch brothers, Mike Lynch back there third position, and his brother, they got Lee Tucker right between them there. I'm sorry, there's Kyle McCoy in the fourth spot. Then Nate Lynch, he's in third. Mike is in third. There you go. Now they're the two that have it. Like I said, Lee Tucker in between them. And Kyle McCoy, he's just mowing down this field. And I tell you, just amazing to see how he has done that so much throughout the season.
And you got Dylan Glass going down pit road right now in the 16 car. Not sure what happened to him, if he's just, doing a normal pit stop. I didn't hear anything over the radio.
Yeah, it might be just a green flag pit stop here, which it almost looks like something you would see Because they're going along pretty good. 44,
Yeah,
45 laps in the books here. You know, no caution yet.
that's what I'll keep you updated if we hear anything on the radio, Tony.
Yeah.
But give me your honest opinion about Dover. Do you like the track, how it handles and everything, or what's
Well,
your honest opinion?
well, it really depends on what car you're driving, you know.
Yeah.
And because I drive, you know, stock cars, but also like open wheels. And trust me, there's a huge difference in how they handle. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's hard for me to just say, oh, I like this track. You know, it really depends on what car I'm driving. Stock cars can be a little more of a handful just by their nature being heavier. And Brian Chu now
Mm-hmm.
also coming on. More green flag pit stops are underway. But yeah, they of course it probably is not a fair comparison to compare an open wheel to a stock car. You know, obviously they're
Yeah.
lighter and everything, but you know, this can be a very fun track to race. And if folks have those of you that may not have tried open wheelers, you owe it to yourself to get out there and open wheeler and give it a shot. More green flag pit stops. Here comes McCoy making his way in, just as we see who was that? Brian Chu going back out. Kind of that danger area now. Like now, you don't want to have a caution come out now.
Yeah, this is always tough if you get a caution within the green flag pit stops, and it's not uncommon either, just because of everybody kind of on new tires, old tires. It's definitely a difficult transition to get out there.
But it may help them today. You know, the field is only set. Well, there's actually only 15 cars running now, so that, in my opinion, might reduce the chance of the
Oh, the
cautions.
45 is
Did he slide into
45
pit
just went
road
down.
or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he he just completely like stopped on the track there for a second,
Oh wow.
maybe trying to get on a pit road. The
Right.
six car's on the inside wall. The
So
six car just hit the
Pat,
inside wall.
that Adam Sidlow there.
Yep.
It looked like he has too much damage. Car looks pretty good actually.
Well, if you look at that left side, it looks kind of beat in a little bit, but it shouldn't hurt him all that often.
Right. It looks like is he coming on pit road? Looks like he is. Yeah. Adam Sidlow now in with his stop. Also, Christopher Wade coming in as well. These pit stops cycle around. Offerman and Lynch are still out there battling, going at it here at lap 52. Nate's going to take another pass at him.
Yeah, they're just battling it out. What a battle! And the 20 just gave up there on the high side.
He might be fixing to come into pit anyway. Yeah, there he is.
Yep.
Now, sometimes I wonder if that's also a little bit of strategy. You know, could he be possibly short pitting now and not showing his hand? Like, how far can he really go? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Normally these guys get on the radio and say, "Hey, I'm pitting in," but I haven't heard anything tonight.
Have you run this track recently? What kind of laps you think they can get on a tank of fuel?
Oh, you know what? To be completely honest, I have no idea. I wasn't able to do any kind of practice today, but it all depends on what. The 9 car, we're cutting it close there.
Yeah,
huh?
almost hit the water barrels there. Good grief.
He just wanted to take a shower. That's all, Tony.
Yeah.
It's probably hot in that car.
Hell yeah. Several guys coming in now. And Nate Lynch, he is still out. And right now, technically 3 cars on the lead lap. 2 of them are really close to going a lap down. But 3 Lynch brothers are actually Nate Lynch, Mike Lynch, and Brian Lynch. But actually, the other two of the brothers are on pit road now. There's comes Mike Lynch, and followed by Brian Lynch.
You know what I call that, Tony?
What?
A three of a kind. You know, and this is a whole reason why I kind of like competition cautions.
Yeah.
You know, because it does break up a little bit. Yes, everybody wants a green flag pit stop, right? But at what point do you say the field is just way too spread out? Let's give some of the guys at the back of the field a chance.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I've, you know, there's this talk in Formula One of bringing out inverted fields uh, next season, possible, or maybe the next couple of seasons. And what would you think about them doing something like that here?
You know, it wouldn't be a terrible thing. It would be definitely more interesting of a race. And whenever you mean inverted, you mean whoever qualified last.
Right, just put them to the front, you know,
Front, yeah.
and you know,
I think it would be more interesting and more roadblocks because you notice some of these guys once they get clean air, you know, Nate Lynch, Dylan Glass, Derek Offerman, Cal McCoy. Whenever you're that kind of racer, if you get clean air, you should be able to keep yourself to the front. And that, you know, it's not talking down to any other drivers, but it's just true. If Cal McCoy is leading the race, 9 chances out of 10, I'm putting my money on Cal McCoy to win it.
yeah. And I think it would be kind of interesting to see them. You know, now you saw Cal McCoy; he got through the field rather easily to get up there to the third spot, and now he's really working on Derek Offerman now. And and they both. Well, let's see. Offerman he pitted lap 53, and McCoy pitted on 47. His tires are a little older, and he's still running down that 20 car.
Well, that's the whole thing is like, let's say Cal McCoy starts at the end of the field every single time. You know, sometimes he gets a pole position, Tony, more times than not. And you're saying that he's in a different zip code, and you're not telling a lie there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, you know, at least he's in third position, and he'll give us a little bit of a show here.
Yeah, I think if we asked him to start at the end every time, he'd probably be like, "Nah, I'm not going for that." You know? Yeah, I can. You know, you got the skill to make it through that field, but you know, hey, why take that risk if you don't have to? You know.
That's it. And you notice, you know, half of the field is a lap down and half isn't.
Yeah.
But they're all pretty close together within the track, like let's say track distance of each other.
Right.
You know, they're pretty close. They're not terribly too far away.
Which is a shame that they're not all on the lead lap because you know, it's just you know, the leaders at the pace that they're going, you know, they're just really you know, obviously they're catching half the field at least.
Yep, and you wonder, like, how did they get a lap down? Was it because they did something wrong in the pit and they had to serve a penalty? Did they miss their pit box? You know, what did they do to get a lap down? That would be my question.
It might be just their overall pace now. Like we see Dylan Glass there, his best lap is a 23.366, and he just passed the 24. I'm sorry, what was that? The 45. Justin Jones, and his best lap was a 23.374. Now, I mean, some of that may be a little offset, you know, depending on who has fresher tires. But now let's look at him, and he has that 23.374. And McCoy, his best lap is 23.255, and about to work over the 20 of Offerman there. So a lot of times now he's moved up 14 positions, and just the overall pace alone is what gets some of these guys in trouble.
Isn't that amazing, Tony? Starting dead last and ending up in the first position.
Isn't that something? I wonder if Derek is saying, "Well, I'll see you later." And
yeah, I'll catch you whenever you're lapping me.
Yeah. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that. Several lap cars in front of him, Hooper there, and it was that Jones, Justin Jones, directly in front of the leader.
Come on, gentlemen, you're not racing unless if you're 3 wide. Let's do this thing.
I tell you, this race is going by in a hurry. Lap 67 of 150. Boy, we're going to be at lap 100 before too long here. Oh, no.
32 sideways.
And we've got a caution. Tucker goes around.
All right, buddy, you had a couple laps by yourself
And,
there. How it feel?
A little bit of front, fender damage there, but let's see, did his right rear, yeah, it looks like a little bit of body damage there on the rear of the car as well. And now, well, we've got a, well, there we go.
And just an unfortunate event for the 32 car again. Lee Tucker, he's used his fast repair once already, and now he has some damage to the rear, which you hate to see it, but it makes it a little bit more entertaining.
Oh yeah, and there he goes, going down the back stretch. 45, Justin Jones, him and Hooper are down there on the inside. And I'm wondering if he's been fighting that car all race long. And let's see what happens here as he goes into turn 3.
It looked like the inside car just got up into him, and you can see him start to turn there.
Yeah. Into the wall. Just basically clipped the back of the car and they straightened him right out.
Yep.
Oh boy, Brian Lynch just did get by.
Almost,
whoa, that was close. Good grief.
Almost collected a 24 there.
Right. Nate Lynch, him and Dylan Glass are on pit road. Well, I think that might have been the replay that I was looking at there. Mike Lynch has got himself showing in first place here. Christopher Wade second. Because I'm thinking the leaders, well, everybody's been in. Let's see, Nate Lynch, Offerman, Lynch, Glass, they all pitted, and McCoy. That's what happened. They all came in, and these guys stayed out to inherit that lead.
Well, that will make an interesting race because they needed to stay out in order to gain that position back.
Right.
And you can see that, essentially, we were on half of the field a lap down, and now we're 3/4, I would say.
Right.
Is back on the lead lap.
But now they've got tires that are, they pitted on lap 55. Christopher Wade lap 50, Trey Jackson 54, and then you've got guys down here that are, lap 68. 4 cars right behind them there. 14 laps fresher, so we'll see how that works out. Ryan Chu showing a bit of damage on the front of that 11 car. Wow, that nose is banged up quite a bit there.
You know what I call that, Tony? I call that working. He was working hard.
Yeah. I've never even seen him get into the to the wall or anything. Now lap 70 of 150 as they make their way down across the line here. They'll make it lap 71 under caution. The lights are out on the pace car. There goes, that was, who was that? Went on around. They're both going around, getting a wave around. Is anybody else coming with them? No, not this time. That was him and Adam Sidlow, I believe. We'll come around to the back of the field. Nice big track, so you don't, sometimes you see guys kind of rushing to try to get back around, and I've seen people actually spin out trying to catch the back of the field, and when it's a big enough field, it just kind of take the time in a manner of speaking. And how many times have you been almost rear-ended by somebody? They get that adrenaline going, and they come up behind, and come up on the back of the field like, whoa, slow down.
I've been on both ends of the stick. I'm guilty as charged.
Oh, no.
But spinning out, I never got into the back of someone, but definitely whenever I'm at the back of the pack, You got cars getting a wave around. I'm looking in my rear view mirror, and we're bumper to bumper to bumper, Tony.
Green.
Restart here, lap 72. Let's see what Mike Lynch and Christopher Wade can do. Oh boy, and McCoy is right there, folks. Mike Lynch got a bit of a good jump there. You know, this isn't like Daytona or Talladega. You know, you don't have a draft where they're gonna just gang up on you and run you down. Lynch has a pretty good gap there, 3/4 of a second. That 53 trying to hold on, but losing round to the 7 there. Offerman's going to go by as well, along with Dylan Glass.
I'm feeling another caution here, Tony.
Uh-oh.
They are moving, and they have a purpose. Wonder who's going to be the victim.
McCoy and Jackson trying to catch Mike Lynch. Good to see Mike Lynch running up the front. We've seen him have his share of troubles in some of the races, getting caught up in wrecks and whatnot. And but good to see him up there at the front there. And he definitely needs those points, absolutely, because no, he's in the relegation zone right now, I believe, and he needs to do something to try to get up there. Having a little bit of a connection issue. He keeps breaking away. We'll go to Trey Jackson here. Oh, and I think he's about to. There goes McCoy past Jackson, pick up that second spot.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that, Tony, but Mike Lynch got sideways out of the corner there.
Probably trying to hold on to that lead, and I don't know. There it goes. It's like he's battling the inevitable, isn't it?
Yeah, it truly is. But the two cars slowed down there because he definitely got sideways out of the corner.
Yeah.
And that probably definitely was not a good feeling.
Yeah. Boy, he looked sideways there, coming out of that turn, looking back from McCoy.
Well, you know, you're racing hard at this point. This is the last couple races of the season. You got the playoffs going on. Last thing you want to do is finish 5th, 6th, or 7th.
10-4, Mike Lynch loses a couple of more positions. Offerman and Glass move up into the 2nd and 3rd spot. Oh, the Glass, did he get a little moment there?
You know, I totally missed that one, Tony. I was looking at the last time Mike Lynch actually pitted on lap number 55.
Right, and look at him as he comes out of these turns. He is getting super close to the wall, and it seems like that car is snapping on him just a little bit. I mean, he's flirting. You know, it's almost like what we saw with Lee Tucker. Let's go to his inboard. He is pedaling hard, trying to catch those leaders.
I don't know if you can hear that, Tony, but I hear some tire squeal, and that's definitely not good. That means he's burning the rubbers up pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate, but you know, hopefully he can just salvage a couple more laps here, and he's hoping for a yellow, to be honest.
Yeah, and he is a little more steady here, coming out of the turns. The cars, you know, he's not having to understeer, or not, like say, overcorrect actually. And to keep the car going forward. That gap is starting to spread out, though, between him and Offerman. And, of course, McCoy, he's definitely stretching out now almost a full second on that 20 car. We'll look through the
One
field.
of the Lynch brothers just got on the radio, and the other Lynch brother must have let him go easy and let him pass him because he said, "Thanks for letting me go, older brother."
Show a little brotherly love there.
Oh, and it looked like the 20 car got a little sideways out of that exit too.
These tires are relatively fresh, you know, and McCoy, there's McCoy, and there's you see Offerman. Glass running third, and you see how spread out they're getting there. Nate Lynch, fourth position, was up there battling up the front there. Like I say, and there's his brother Mike Lynch and Brian Lynch. The Lynch brothers running right there, fourth, fifth, and sixth position, followed by Trey Jackson in seventh. And then there's Christopher Wade right there, followed by the 9 of Patrick Hasty. Going through the field is Adam Sidlow in the top 10 there, trying to hold on to that 10th spot. 11th is Brian Chu. He's a ways back, though.
Yeah, Brian Chu's front end does not look healthy.
Yeah, I got a good look at it that time, and that thing's really banged up on that right front. Continuing to move through the field is Lee Tucker running in our 13th position, followed by Hooper. He's not last, folks. He's right there. He's hanging in there. And then Scott Black, he's mixed in there with some cars on the lead lap there, currently running in that 15th spot. Max Ward, is Ward out? Okay, yeah, that's Ward. He's retired. McCoy continues to lead in lap 88 now of 150. Just
got
about
a good battle for. Go ahead, Tony.
No, I was just gonna say just about a second from Offerman. Oh, I think I saw a Chu. Is he coming down pit road? Yeah, he is.
Yep. He had a good battle for the 10th position there with Sidlow, Wade, and Hasty. They're all real close together, tightly bunched. Obviously they're just trying to mind their P's and Q's and try not to get into each other.
Yeah, Wade's about 1.3 seconds ahead of Adam Sidlow, and Hasty is about a second ahead of him, actually. There's Patrick Hasty. He has that's Wade directly behind him, and you can see Sidlow, that white car, behind him as they make their way down. Oh, and I just caught him fuel saving again. Let's follow him through turns 3 and 4 here. I wonder how that's working out for him, though. I mean, because if you're trying to fuel save, do something to save fuel, and then you have these cautions, does that kind of negate what you've been trying to do to save fuel? Because the fuel's going to come in and get fueled anyway.
Yeah, it does, but at the same time, we've seen the whole race go green before in this series. So,
Right.
He's not 100%, wrong from doing it. And it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone, because you have to come into those corners slower and come out fast. And you can hear him turning off before he ever... before he ever even gets into the corner there.
Yeah, he's not battling with Jones there, the 45 car. Jones not on the lead lap. He's just going to let the 9 by. Oh, look at Hooper. He's coming on in. Green flag pit stop for the 29. McCoy's now his lead has evaporated, only 2/10 now from the 20 of Derek Offerman.
11 car just got into the wall right behind Eric Offerman. Oh, man.
I guess that explains his right front a little bit. And his tires should be quite fresher.
Yeah, he just, obviously, I think he just went into the pit.
Yeah, it was lap 87 it was that he pitted.
So he's probably getting used to those old tires and then didn't realize trying to keep up with these guys.
Now, Chu, he is showing 3 laps down. Looks like he's trying to get one of his laps back, but You know, we said that a couple of races ago, and you know, we'll see guys running. And like, okay, and it was, I think it was a different league though, but we were watching some guys battling. And, okay, you can kind of go at my pace, but can you make your tires last? You know, going at my pace. So
Yep.
I don't know if he's how hard he's trying to get that one of those laps back or not, but I just you see the two leaders right there battling it out. Don't know if that'd be the time or place or not, because it doesn't seem like it. Sometimes you can tell guys on the new fresh tires, they'll just kind of drive by, but that doesn't seem to be the case here with you. The fresh tires doesn't seem to benefit you as much from what I can see.
Well, you say, you know, maybe not the time and the place. This is the time and the place. Brian Chu, you're in the playoffs contention. You have to make something happen. You got to get on that same lap as those lap cars. And, you know, he can't be 3 down. He needs to at least be 2 down or 1 down.
Offerman battling hard with McCoy off of turn 2 there. All right, they're getting a little close, and you know, Chewy's got a ringside seat. He said, you know, that'd be great. Oh, and McCoy into the wall. Wow, here we go. So he's going to settle down a little bit. Patrick Hastie's coming in with green flag pit stop there. I think McCoy might have decided to, like, you know what, we're going to chill here for a minute.
Well, that's what he just got on the radio and said, sorry about that, Chew. And he said, you know, no, I mean, it's just racing, man. So they apologized on the radio, and it wasn't even Brian that pushed him up into the wall. Just, you know, Brian needs to find a way past this 20 car now.
Take advantage of those fresh tires while they're still relatively fresh.
20's
and he's getting. Yeah, that was close. He almost lost it.
Yeah, he did.
Coming off the front turn 4 there. Offerman lets him by.
Yep. They got on the radio, communicated with each other, and I'm surprised the 20 car is letting the 11 car go, but maybe it's in the 20 car's best interest, just so he doesn't get into him, you know?
Yeah. Trey Jackson making a green flag pit stop. Now, Offerman, he's right now he's got McCoy actually over a second. Both Lynch and McCoy, Nate Lynch and Kyle McCoy are over a second behind Offerman. Here on lap 103 of 150. 24 Brian Lynch in the top 5. And that's also, he also needs to have a good night here, and that's definitely going to help his cause. There's a couple of lap cars directly behind him, so no pressure for that position for right now. In fact, you can see on the track map, he's pretty much by himself at the moment. A little further back, there's Adam Sidlow. He's got Adam Sidlow. He's on the lead lap, but he's got lap cars in front and behind him. I got that Scott Black is a buffer. I started to say he's a buffer between him and I think that was maybe 8th place Christopher Wade. Oh. Mike Lynch still having a little bit of a connection issue there. Green flag pit stop.
What a way to end this, you know, the season, though. I mean, it's coming down to the nitty-gritty, and this is one track that really separated all the playoff spots so far.
Yeah, and I tell you, and you know, all of the contenders were right there together at the start of the race, but you can see now, like Sidlow, he's up in the 6th position. He's broken up that top group. And some of them are now kind of getting down in a couple of laps down, as a matter of fact. Mike Lynch on his way out. Justin Jones also on his way out. Lee Tucker. Oh, and he overshot his pit stall. Gonna have to back that thing up just a little bit. There he goes. Having a little bit of a rough night, but you know he's still rolling, and I don't know if I ever saw him use a faster pair or not, but
Yeah, he did use his
he
first
did use
faster
it.
pair.
Okay,
Yep.
I think they only have one because they normally have one in the series, don't they? I believe.
Yep.
Like Adam Sidlow just came in right behind him there.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if the 32 has some required repairs that he has to do or not. He's sitting there for a while.
Yeah.
It's either that or he got a penalty in the pits.
Sidlow on his way out, 16.6 second stop. And Tucker, he's still there, 82 seconds. He might, like you say, he might have came in a little hot there. Here's your leader, Derek Offerman, continuing to lead. Nate Lynch, 1.2 seconds behind him there.
And your leader's pitting in.
And this should help, I think, Wade, he'll get back on the lead lap. It
Yep.
might help out Jackson, Hasty, and Lynch. Several of those other cars down there and 2 laps down. You'll get at least 1 lap back.
Nate Lynch, Brian Lynch stayed out, but you had your, first, second, and third in a pit lane.
Right.
And I believe we just got word that Lee Tucker is retiring his race.
Okay, that's a shame. I guess maybe he figured and there it is. It's official now. He just put it behind the wall. Tucker is now out. We have 14 cars running. Offerman's down and away. And Ryan Lynch is making his way in.
Also, for Lee's example, though, for everybody out there, he didn't just quit. I guess you could say he quit, but if you're not having a night and you're not feeling the track or the car, it makes it hard. I mean, you're going 150, 160 miles an hour around this track, and, it's never a good feeling whenever it's not like, it doesn't feel perfect.
Absolutely. If you don't have that rhythm going on, I agree with you 100% there. Mr. Wade crawling down that pit road. Sometimes it feels like an eternity, doesn't it? Trying to get to your stall.
I tell you. And you see your number getting closer and closer, and then you overshoot your pit, and it's like, oh no!
Eases into his pit box. Meanwhile, Nate Lynch is back to the front once again. But I'm sure he's going to have to pit before too long here. And there's Dylan Glass. He's getting ready to go around Nate if he can. He just pitted here recently, and now him and there's McCoy also going around the 3 car. That's interesting. Now, when you're on the, you see those guys that are, you stay out longer than they do, and sometimes you see folks, don't they? They'll pit maybe like at the next lap, because don't you think that the longer you stay out, the worse it's going to be for you once you finally pit?
Yeah, it's like it's playing roulette a little bit, because if you stay out too long, and you see that the gap is getting further and further away, you should have pitted right whenever they did.
Right.
Vice versa. If you short pit it, maybe you're in now the lead spot. Because essentially, if y'all start to race and you run 50 laps, whoever pits on lap 49 is going to be faster than the guy that's going on lap 50 just because of his new tires. And, you know, you could really make up some time short pitting. And you see some of these guys take advantage of that strategy. But then you got to worry about fuel consumption. And are you going to make it to the end of the race?
Yeah, I think that's where practice, comes in. Even just practicing by yourself before the race night and finding out that data, like how your car looks on long runs. What kind of laps are you turning? Are you doing something? Are you staying within 2 or 3 tenths of your best time?
Yeah.
After 20 or 30 laps or something. What's the fall off? And can you afford to, short pit? You might say, well, I can go longer than what I'm letting on by stopping now. And so it's like you say, it can be a bit of a chess match sometimes.
There's nothing worse, Tony, than running a perfect race from start to finish, and then at the last time you're pitting, you miss your pit box or you speed down pit road, and you absolutely destroy your race.
Yeah.
And you can't even practice for that, because in the heat of the moment, there's no practice that will make you perfect on that one. It's all about adrenaline and just keeping it under control.
Absolutely. McCoy, he does get by the 16 of Dylan Glass for that second position. And these laps are really starting to wind down now. 122 in the books. Up 150. McCoy now trying to dispatch, I believe that's Adam Sidlow there in front of him. Yeah, the 6 car, Adam Sidlow. He moves below the Sidlow, goes high to let him through there. Sidlow, he is a lucky dog at the moment if a caution were to come out. That might have been another reason Tucker pitted too, because he doesn't want to be a caution, like that, because that'll, I mean, sure, that probably would mix things up a little bit. Everybody come in like, okay, we're starting from scratch. Everybody's got fresh tires, just like the start of the race, and see what happens, Derek Offerman now, he's almost 3.5 seconds ahead of McCoy. 25 laps to go. Now, can McCoy run him down or not? That's a bit of a deficit. It is coming down, but that'll be interesting to see, especially if they go green all the way. McCoy has a lot. No, he's about to hit some lap traffic. McCoy has plenty of clean air behind him. You can just see him in the corner of the shot there behind Offerman. That was Scott Black getting out of the way of the 20 car. McCoy now less than 3 seconds behind the 20 machine as he closes in on the 51 of Scott Black.
And you notice McCoy's gaining the speed coming out of the corners. So if you watch him going in, he's at 288, 288, 288. And he's coming out of the corner. And he didn't actually gain too much time there. And there it goes. It's starting to drop off now. And then same thing. You're, roughly coming in, he's losing time. Coming out, he's gaining tremendously.
Topping out around 165 at the end of the straight there. Gap now is still hanging around that 3-second mark, 2.9 seconds.
Yeah, and, he actually got slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to have to burn those Goodyears a little bit to catch Offerman, because those laps are quickly running out for the 7 machine. Let's take a quick look at the standings once again while they're racing there. Now Offerman, he's down in the 5th spot with 1,081 points. Kyle McCoy has 1,150, so he's really in no danger of losing the lead in the championship standings. And of course, every racer wants to win. And
oh yeah,
if he has an opportunity, he's going to make that happen for sure. Scott Black making his way on the pit road. Brian Lynch is comfortably in that 5th spot. He moved up 2 positions. Trey Jackson, he gained 3 positions since the start. Adam Sidlow is hasn't been having a bad night. He's running 9th. He gained 4 positions, running inside the top 10. Well, I tell you, McCoy, he's starting to lose ground there, JD. I mean, he's like just about 4 seconds behind Offerman now. I'm wondering if those tires fell off the cliff there or not for him.
One of 2 things happen there, Tony. Either Kyle McCoy is saying to himself, all right, I don't want to lose, too many spots here. Essentially, if he wrecks out, he could go down to 8th place.
Right, yeah.
He might be content with just taking 2nd and moving on with the race.
Absolutely. You see what happened to Riley Davenport, just missing 1 race. And he's got, like you say, he had to race smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what, if I'm Kyle McCoy there, that's what I'm thinking. Now, I don't, like you just said earlier, racers want to win. But who knows what he's actually thinking. I'd be curious to hear him in the winner's circle if he makes it there.
Well, he has very good consistency, and you don't see him getting it. Of course, that's another. I guess that's another attribute of someone who gets up into the championship lead. They obviously have been having a good consistency throughout the season, so he's managed to stay out of trouble quite a bit, and you could probably say that for anybody who's like in the top 10 at least. Points wise, they've done a lot to stay out of trouble and have good, consistent, strong finishes. Let's see, look like 9th and 10th. Now they're not on the lead lap here, but they're battling for position. That's Adam Sidlow and who is behind him? Well, Hooper. Okay, and at first I thought they were actually 2 cars on the same lap battling for position, but they're not. He's got a lead car in front and a lap car behind, so
yep,
he's not really someone at a battle. Ryan Chu looks like he used that fast repair, got that 11 car up and running good again. Currently in 11th position. Patrick Hasty holding on to that lucky dog position. He's got one of the leaders, a lap car and a lead car behind him, so right now in a pretty good comfort zone as far as holding on to that.
Well, if Patrick Hasty passes a 20 car here, he's not a lap down anymore.
Yep.
So he becomes on a lead lap, so that would be interesting because that opens up for Adam Sidlow. If a caution would happen, Adam Sidlow would be the lucky dog.
Yeah, but it looks like Offerman's starting to pull away. He's just about 2 seconds ahead of Hasty at the moment. There's Doug Hooper. Also, continuing along there in 14th spot. Now he's the last car running, but Doug, he's going to finish that race if he can. I don't care how many laps he's down. We saw him persevere in that IndyCar race, and he is definitely going to be. If he's running, if the wheels are turning, he's going to cross that start-finish line.
Some of the guys are bragging right now over the radio how those old tires feel. I got new ones.
Playing some mind games.
That's it. And you see behind the 11 car, they're all bunched up, so this is going to be interesting.
It will be. I have not shown an incident since lap 49, anybody hitting the wall. Okay, who was directly behind? Was that one of the Lynch brothers? That was a 24. Did he get into the wall somewhere? I thought maybe I was just seeing things. We were looking at Hooper there, and I thought I saw a car down low, but looks like he's continuing along pretty good there.
I'm starting to get dizzy from going in the left turn this whole entire time.
Like Wade is coming up behind him there, but that's not for position. Mr. Wade goes on by with the 24. Now Trey Jackson, that it would be for position for Brian Lynch. Of course, he's a healthy 6.3 seconds behind. So no danger there at the moment. And you know what? 4 laps to go, folks. We're at lap 146. Well, I tell you, if time flies when you're having fun. Right now, Offerman seems to be having the most fun, and he has opened up a whopping 7.4 second lead over Nate Lynch, who's moved back ahead of Kyle McCoy. McCoy, like you said, probably is just kind of, maybe just cruising now to just try to, manage this championship lead.
Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't know about going down to the third, but I'm sure he has enough cushion to give up a few positions.
Like you say, be careful about that, because one bad night, and that could change, and you might want to get the maximum points that you can. It is a balancing act, though, isn't it? Not trying to, there's Glass. Oh, Glass getting a little racy. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know if it was just a camera angle, Tony, but they looked close.
It sure did. It looked like they almost got together there, and we're at lap 49. White flag will be coming out here very soon for Offerman.
And come on, yellow. Come on, yellow.
Glass trying to get one more position here.
And this is huge for Dylan Glass, obviously, because that gives him a little bit more points. And they're going to go into the corner pretty close together.
Yeah. White flag is out for your leader, Derek Offerman. McCoy and Glass still battling for that third position.
And they're side by side, Tony.
And it doesn't seem to want to let go of it, and Glass is trying not to lose that car, trying to make a move. And while they do that, Offerman has crossed the line, and Derek Offerman is your winner tonight here at the Monster Mile in Dover.
And Dylan Glass ended up taking Kyle McCoy's position away from him and finishing into the third position.
Nate Lynch, second place there, quietly got there in second place. Glass, he did get that position. Derek Offerman, your winner, ladies and gentlemen. Not a whole lot of room to do donuts here as he bangs into the wall.
That's whenever I put it against the wall and I just burn up the engine and burn up the tires, Tony, until it blows. Let's get some of these racers into the winner's circle.
It's Offerman, Lynch, and Glass here. Let's see.
Oh, you know what? I don't have the permissions to move them, Tony.
You don't? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. We got Offerman there, and who was that? That was Nate Lynch.
Nate Lynch.
Move him up there.
Yep.
Move him,
and then I will message
Glass. Is Glass not in the server?
Yeah. It doesn't look like
that.
No.
Sometimes the guys don't even get in until after the race, and he might jump in with us and stuff. So we'll head on down to the winner's circle here. Hey, Derek, congratulations, man. I tell you, man, you're kind of going back and forth there for a while, but you made it.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, me and McCoy had a good battle there. Try not to get into him. I don't think he was trying not to get into me, and I think he hit the wall there coming off one of the turns.
10-4, man. How was the car handling for you all night tonight?
It was actually handling really well. I really got it there in the bottom, sticking pretty well. Even on the later runs, I felt like I still had full control of it.
10-4, man. Anybody you would like to give a shout out to?
You, Tony. Hey, thanks for doing this. We always appreciate you broadcasting for us.
10-4, man. Well, we'll let you go celebrate, and we'll see you next week as we move into the round of 8 there.
Sounds good, buddy. Have a good night.
10-4, man. Hey, Nate, you got a copy. Let's unmute him there if we can. JD,
it looks like he's good to go. Good to go, Tony.
Okay, then, yeah.
How's it going?
Hey, Nate. Hey, man, you got that second place there. Kind of quietly got there across the line there in second.
Yeah, we were with all the green flag racing. We're all on different pit strategies. McCoy and Dylan pitted a lot earlier than I did. I stayed out hoping if there was a caution, I'd have a lot fresher tires because we're all out of tires there at the end of the race, all in our last set.
Yeah, and, like we were talking during the race, and getting down to, as the field gets shorter now, we'll be moving to the round of 8, and how they say the cream of the crop, and all of this stuff is going to be more and more of just the top drivers there. So I guess less chance for cautions, you think?
Yeah, I think there will be. I mean, it depends how many guys you have in the field. But yeah, it should be interesting. We'll all reset here and figure out the points tomorrow morning and who made the top 8.
10-4, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Well, just you guys for doing it, JD for helping you out up there, and everybody that's been racing all year.
10-4, man. Congratulations. We'll see you next week for the first round of 8 there.
Yep, thanks.
And I don't see that. I guess Dylan did not make it into the server. And,
No, I messaged him and there's no response, Tony. So congrats to Dylan Glass on the top 3, and probably next week.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring our championship leader up anyway here. Hey, Kyle, we got a copy. It's Tony in the booth.
Hey, Tony, can you hear me?
Yeah, got you, man. And, man, you were back and forth. And so did you kind of decide to shut it down there a little bit? You got racy with Glass there at the end, but it seemed like after a while, Offerman started marching away from you there.
Oh, man, I don't know what it looked like from the booth, but that was a fun race. Yeah, I kind of took my time learning the track in the beginning of the race and made my way up there and didn't really have anything for Derek and really the rest of those guys in the long runs. I wasn't doing a good job of saving my tires on the short run, so ended up kind of having to fight them off at the end, and that was kind of the plan, but trying to hang on to that podium came up just a little short. Dylan made a really nice pass that last lap. It was fun.
10-4, and now we move on to the round of 8, and so the field gets a little tighter, more of just the guys at the top, and I guess things are going to get a little tougher as we go along, huh?
Yes, it's going to be very interesting. Darlington next week. Love Darlington. That's going to be a fun race. The setup is anything like it is in the regular iRacing races. It's going to be wild. So it's a really loose setup.
10-4. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, parents watching the race. Anybody else out there that might be watching the race? Any fans? You guys for doing the booth, and everybody for putting the league on. It's been fun. 3 races to go. Looking forward to the finish line.
10-4. Well, good luck, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Tony. See you then.
Okay, now we'll move back to the broadcast booth here, and folks, that's pretty much going to do it for us here tonight, and we'll go ahead and let's bring up those finishing results for you here. And we've got Derek Offerman, your winner, Nate Lynch, second place, Dylan Glass third, Kyle McCoy fourth, Brian Lynch 5th, Trey Jackson 6th, Mike Lynch 7th, Patrick Hasty 8th position, Adam Sidlow 9th, Christopher Wade rounds out the top 10, Justin Jones 11th, Brian Chu 12th, Scott Black in 13th position, Doug Hooper 14th, Lee Tucker 15th, 16th position we have Max Ward, and then rounding out the field in 17th is Marty Roberts. And as always, we want to thank you for joining us here for the Midwest Winston Cup Series. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also notch that notification bell so that you'll know when we're going live. And for all of us here, Race Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.